Welcome back to the 14th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Game number 10 here on day 3. The finale is the Brunswick Dolphins and Catawba Valley Redhawks. Hi again, everybody. Chris Schemig and what's left of my voice. Glad to be with you for this matchup. The Redhawks 4-5, 1-3 in Region 10. Second of a back-to-back as they lost to Cape Fear 68-60 yesterday. And for the Dolphins, 2-5, 2-4 at home, 0-5 in the region. Let's meet the starting lineups first for Tisha England and Catawba Valley. Number 1, Jaden Lynch. Number 2, Denasia Horn. Number 3, Ariana Scott. Number 5, Latasia Andrews. And number 22 is Kalia Duke. And now for Joe Goyan and your Dolphins, it's number 4, Chelsea Rivera. Number 5, Princess Kennedy. Number 11, Amaya Glenn. Number 13, Shantae Douglas, and number 22, Destiny Mitchell. Finale of this 6-game homestand, which was supposed to be 7, which was supposed to be 8. Lewisburg game that was supposed to be played yesterday got pushed back to late January. So the Dolphins have been off for a week where they lost to Cleveland Community College 85-53 1 week ago on Walter Shaw Court. Ball deflected. It's going to be taken by Catawba Valley as the Dolphins won the tip, but Catawba Valley gets the basketball first. Pretty competitive game for Catawba Valley against Cape Fear yesterday. It really did come down to the end, and last couple of seconds, nice defense by Glenn on the deflection in the zone. So 12 to shoot for the Redhawks. Dolphins will be off after today until January 8th when they go to Wake. And we will be off. It's the last home game for about a month. 2 on the shot clock. The scoop was no good by Horn. This is a very undersized Catawba Valley team, but a very scrappy rebounding team. They were looking for contact there as Duke went to the bucket. Then Shantae Douglas gets the rebound, and she draws the foul. So first foul of the game on Catawba. Neither team has a ton of depth. 8 deep for Brunswick, 7 deep for Catawba. Down low, Shantae Douglas was all alone in the score as Douglas puts in the first 2 of the game. Scott in the front court. Here's Horn. Andrews over on the far side. Duke attacks again, throws it up short. Glenn's got the rebound. Chelsea Rivera back in the game after missing last week's. Gets it to Kennedy, and she scores. So the dime by Rivera to Kennedy, and it's 4-0 at the start as I think we might have an issue with the clock. It's shot clock's already at 24, and that's not right. Early sub for Catawba as Jada Whitesides comes in. Duke will go out of the game. So 90 seconds in, Dolphins trying to get a steal. Whiteside able to break the 10-second. Near side, it's Scott. In the corner, the 3 is good. It's Horn, Denasia Horn from downtown on the year. Came in 33%. Kennedy Mitchell out to Glenn. Looking down low. Yeah, Shantae Douglas is going to have the size advantage pretty much the entire night, but Dolphins turn it over, and then Rivera comes back to steal it. Chelsea Rivera, 3 steals per game. Amaya Glenn, 3.1. Combined, they average over 6 steals a game. Shot clock at 15. Glenn fires and buries the 3. Nice start for the Dolphins. They lead at 7-3. So Glenn's first bucket. She's got 3. Kennedy and Douglas at 2 points each. They're trapping pressure again. It's deflected. Did it go off Whitesides? It did. Really good energy for the Dolphins here at the start of this one as they lead it by 4. Dolphins hungry to get their first Region 10 victory of the season. And wrap this homestand with a victory. Don't forget, they're going to be on the road quite a bit on the second half of the season. Mitchell over to Rivera. Glenn to Kennedy. Kennedy throws it up and draws contact.
Let's go, Princess. Put him in.
Princess Kennedy, 43% free throw shooter this season. I believe that's the second foul on Catawba. Scoreboard says 1, but so Kennedy missed them both. Douglas the rebound. Shante puts it up short. Rebound controlled by Lynch. Into the forecourt, Whiteside's putting the moves on. She'll back it out now. There is nobody over 5'9" on this Catawba Valley team. Extra pass, and the bucket is good from the right block as Scott scores. So Horn with 3, Scott with 2, 7-5 Dolphins. Turning on the Jets, Rivera goes right to the bucket. No defense there for Catawba Valley. Catawba came in allowing opponents almost 73 points per ball game while scoring just under 62. Whiteside's near side at Scott. Shot clock is at 9. This is Andrews with the shot clock at 6. Back to Scott. She'll fire. Too strong. Rebound controlled by Rivera. So Rivera back from that injury, making an impact already with 2 points, a dime, steal. Kennedy will attack and was looking for Mitchell, but might have been better off going to the hoop on that because nobody was really picking up the ball. For Catawba, it's Kaya Shavers in the game for the first time. Shavers had trouble with it, but gets it to Scott now. Horn for 3, hits her second triple here tonight. Denasia Horn, 14.6 points per ball game. We talked about the steals for Brunswick. Catawba Valley can pick some pockets too. Dolphins gonna have to be careful. And a tripping foul there. It'll be the second on Catawba Valley. Kaya Starling checks into the game. Starling played well on Sunday in that blowout loss. Really found her rhythm offensively as Kennedy goes out of the game. So Mitchell, Starling, Douglas, Rivera, and Glenn. Glenn takes it in. Out to Rivera for 3, no good. Douglas with the rebound and another putback for Shante Douglas. 11-8 Brunswick. So Douglas, second bucket. Trying to answer back quickly. Whiteside's on the runner, no good. Offensive rebound by Scott. Whiteside's out deep with it for Catawba Valley. That runner was blocked. Starling throws it ahead for Rivera. 2-on-2. Rivera hesitates, attacks, and scores. Chelsea Rivera with 4. Brunswick's lead is 5. 4:20 to go here in this opening quarter. Horn with 6 points. She attacks and scores. Boy, she is a really good offensive player. Denasia Horn, I mentioned, averaging 14.6. Whiteside's off the bench, averaging over 14 a game as well for Catawba Valley. Not a great shooting team, though, but they do get a lot of steals. There's one from Horn to Whiteside's. Blocked, but got it back. Horn and Whiteside's 3rd and 4th in the region in steals per game. Here's Rivera now. Rivera out to Glenn. Glenn will pop from 3. No good. Rebound by Scott. Whiteside's 3.1 assists per game is also 10th in the region. Team is 5th in assists per game. There's Shavers, top of the key. Andrews on the far side of your screen. Ball swung to Whiteside. Nice fake by her. Gets around Starling and scores. And it's a 1-point game. Brunswick 13, Catawba Valley 12. 3:10 to go here in the first quarter. At the Brunswick Holiday Classic, wrapping things up here with our 10th game in 3 days. Heat check time for Horn. Douglas another rebound. Shantae Douglas came in, one of the top rebounders in the region. Starling threw it right to Horn. Good anticipation, 2-on-1. From Whiteside's back to Horn. Horn is in double figures already. She has 10 of the 14. First lead change of the game here late in this first quarter. Glenn to Douglas. Shantae out deep. Glenn splits the defense, got it to Mitchell, but before that, a foul. So no bucket. Third team foul on Catawba Valley, and we'll take a timeout. 2:09 left to go. Catawba Valley taking its first lead. It's 14-13 here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic. Big shout out to Coastal Transplants for supporting Dolphins basketball. Starling will inbound it. Kaya Starling, 14 in the game on Sunday. She was 3 of 5 from 3. Dolphins 5 of 16 from 3 last Sunday, their best performance. Princess Kennedy on the inbound scores. Nice pass by Starling, and the Dolphins back on top. 15-14 Brunswick. Inside 2 to play here in the opening quarter. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. I'm here. I'm in the building, not in Ohio. Been a beautiful weekend down here at the beach, too, as Andrews fires a 3 and hits. Boy, this is a Catawba team. They had won 2 straight before that loss to Cape Fear yesterday, but they've been held under 30% shooting 4 times this year in 8 previous games as Shantae Douglas gets the runner to go. Douglas up to 6. We have our first tie of the game. So 3 lead changes, 1 tie. But Catawba shooting very well here at the start of this one. Dolphins no team fouls yet, so they can stay aggressive down the stretch here in this opening quarter. Over on that far side, Whiteside's being hounded by Glenn, and it'll be 8 to shoot for Catawba, so Shavers to inbound it, but Catawba got to get cooking here. Whiteside with 3. Whitesides gets around 2 defenders, splits the defense, and scores. Boy, bad close to that defensive possession there for Brunswick, as they really had Catawba on the ropes. Douglas gets it out to Glenn. Shantae Douglas cut off on the baseline. Here's Rivera out to Glenn. Starling for 3 off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Horn. She's in double figures already with 10. They pick her up. She shoots it over a double team, no, and it's off Rivera out of bounds. Rivera sits down with her 4 points as Shia Williams comes into the game. Pull-up is going to rim out for Horn. A rare miss. 15.2 shot clock is off. Dolphins can hold. Trailing by 2. If you're just joining us, first quarter, Dolphins led by as many as 5. 3 lead changes, 1 tie. Been nip and tuck at the start of this one. Williams guarded by Andrews. Starling with 5 seconds. Back to Williams with 2, with 1. The high arcer, no. Kennedy climbed over the back. And we'll see if they're going to put time on the clock or not. Doesn't look like it. So the first foul literally comes at the buzzer as the Dolphins face a 2-point deficit as we go to quarter number 2. We'll be back. I spoke too soon. They did put 3/10 on the clock, so and pretty much a time to inbound it. Remember that play that Joker did at the beginning of the NBA season where he like punched it full court and it almost went in? That's pretty much what you got to do here. All right. Well, that was worth it, wasn't it? 19-17 Catawba Valley as we wrap up the first quarter. For real this time. Welcome back, everybody, as we go to the second quarter. Danielle, can you swing the camera around on me real quick here? I gotta duck down. Here I am. I'm a real live boy. See? Glad to be in the building for a change. Ooh, that was some lighting difference in that, wasn't there? All right, we're underway here in this second quarter. It's Andrews top of the key. Catawba leading by 2. Duke is back in the game. Shavers, ball swung over to Horn for 3 now. Horn with the fast start. She has 10. 4 for Whitesides, 3 for Andrews, 2 for Scott. For Brunswick, Douglas with 6, Rivera 4, Kennedy 4, and 3 for Glenn. Princess Kennedy in the lane. The flip, no. Rebound, Shavers. On the far side, Andrews. Pass tipped, intercepted by Kennedy. And Glenn will walk it up. Glenn, Starling, Kennedy, Mitchell, and Williams on the floor. Ooh, Glenn, that shot was blocked. So still 17 to shoot for Brunswick. 2 and 5 Dolphins, 4 and 5 Redhawks. Glenn out to Williams. Mitchell, shot clock down to 5. Glenn's got to fire. She does. It's short. Starling the hustle play. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity for Brunswick. Starling to Mitchell. Mitchell, ball deflected, and it's another turnover for Brunswick. So here's Andrews into the forecourt. Shavers slipped. Kennedy throws it ahead. Williams attacks, blocked from behind by Horn. Denasia Horn, 1.3 blocks per game. Fourth in the region. She's just behind Shantae Douglas, who averages 1.4. Williams trying to back down, gets it out to Starling, 10 on the shot clock. Kyle will fire the rainbow shot, an air ball that goes out of bounds. Andrews will go out of the game for Catawba Valley.
Let's go, White, get a stop.
And Scott comes back in for Tisha England. Scott with 3 points here tonight. Horn in the corner, pull up inside the arc, got it to go. A dozen for Horn. The lead is 4 for Catawba Valley. Dolphins in a scoring drought here. They have yet to scratch here in the quarter. And they closed the first quarter out cold as well. Mitchell trying to change it, got tied up. It's ripped away. Guess who? It's Horn again. That might be her third steal already. She lost the dribble, and Glenn picks it. Kennedy airmailed that out of bounds. So sloppy start to this second quarter. As we're just about 3 minutes in, Catawba leads by 4. Shavers, here's Duke. Duke gets around the defense, too strong off the glass. Williams comes away with it. Williams into the forecourt for Brunswick. Swings it out. Starling is open for 3, too strong. Starling follows it. Scott went to the floor and comes away with it. Whitesides now.
Let's go, we're talking on D.
Shavers putting the moves on, and she draws the foul. Second foul on Brunswick, first here in this second quarter. 2 free throws upcoming. Kaya Shavers, 60% free throw shooter. 5 points, 4 rebounds a night off the bench for Tisha England's team. Catawba Valley had won 2 straight before that loss to Cape Fear yesterday. Best shooting performances of the season, by the way. 47% in a win against Montreat's JV team. And then 39% against Guilford Tech. Those games were played on the 7th and 9th of this month, by the way. Quick pass, and the bunny is good. It's Mitchell from Glenn. 22-19, Brunswick down 3. Shavers, hounded by Mitchell, able to get it to Scott. Shavers with the fake, the 3, no. Out on the run, it's Scott. Put back, no, but it's good by Duke down low. So Catawba matches the biggest lead of the game for either team. Brunswick led by 5 in the early going. Now Catawba Valley has flipped it. Williams looking for the cutter, Glenn, and it's deflected off Catawba and out of bounds. Starling in the Glen. Kaya Starling, corner 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Williams. Glenn back to Starling. Catawba,
Know your time.
man-to-man defense right now. 7 to shoot. 4 to shoot. Mitchell got to get it away. Kennedy's got a hoist. She gets it off, but doesn't draw iron. Shot clock violation as Douglas will come back in. Rivera will come back in for Brunswick. So 10 combined points returning on the court for Joe Gallion's team. Starling will sit down, so will Williams. Ball fake by Scott. Now the runner is no good, and Duke will go to the line. Duke on the season, good free throw shooter, 88%. Second team foul on Brunswick. None yet on Catawba here in this second quarter. And we're going to go to a timeout before the free throws. 4:51 left to play until halftime here at the 14th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Free throws for Kalia Duke out of the timeout as Catawba looks to build on its biggest lead. Duke with 2 points so far here tonight. Chris Sheeman back here with you, 14th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic, wrapping up with the Lone Ladies game. Brunswick Catawba Valley in Region 10 action. So Duke gets 1 out of 2. Biggest lead for either team now is 6. Glenn out there with Douglas, Rivera, Mitchell, and Kennedy. That's the 5 for Brunswick right now. Douglas with 6 points, has it out deep. Kennedy bounce pass out to Rivera. Right back to Kennedy. She's blocked but fouled. So Kennedy going back to the line. Kennedy with 4 points so far today, and she's stuck on 4. Kennedy can't get the rim. Ball bounces out to Whiteside. Whiteside's into the front court. Goes into the lane, throws it up, and draws the whistle. Jada Whiteside's 64% free throw shooter. It's the 3rd team foul on Brunswick. Dolphins 6 straight here at home. Just 1 road game so far this year. That's going to change in a big way in the second semester. As Whiteside up to 5 points now. Whiteside's now up to 6, and the lead grows to 8. Brunswick got to find something on this end of the court now. They've really cooled off after starting the game off strong. Kennedy in the post, ball poked away. And credit Catawba, they're just kind of pests. Like I said, nobody over 5'9". And the next tallest player is 5'7", who we haven't really seen yet in Brunson. Everybody else is in the 5 foot to 5'4" range. But they're scrappy and they play smart basketball, and they, you don't need to be tall to get rebounds. And you certainly don't need to be tall to steal the basketball. So Horn with, I believe, her 4th steal, and she gets a timeout called. 4:03 left to go in the first half. And the Dolphins playing sloppy. We'll be back. Left to go here until halftime. Catawba with the basketball, looking to build on the 8-point lead, as that was deflected. Duke driving baseline, so she'll inbound it now for Catawba, and it's deflected but recovered by Scott. Whiteside's over to Shavers. Duke. Douglas playing good defense on her. Shot clock at 4, and they bail them out with a foul. Kennedy with 3 on the shot clock. Dolphins had to stop. Instead, it's their 4th team foul, and now a fresh 20 for Catawba. Catch and shoot, corner 3, and air ball. Rebound controlled by Glenn. Starling into the front court. Nice pass down low. And the extra pass. It's Douglas to Kennedy for an and 1. Kennedy with 6. Kaya Starling made that initial nice pass, but Douglas was a little too far under that basket there. Instead of taking and forcing an awkward shot, Shantae made the smart play, get it to Kennedy. Kennedy not finding it at the free throw line. Got to go back to banking it. Just throw it off that square. That's all you got to do. Whiteside's into the front court with Brunswick down by 6. Horn, nice defense there by Princess Kennedy. Throw ahead to Rivera. She'll pop, can't score, and Whiteside's is out of bounds. So Dolphins will get another crack at it as we go just inside 3 minutes to go here until halftime. Starling, Shantae Douglas left alone. Couldn't get it at the free throw line. Kennedy too strong off the glass. And Shavers collects for Catawba. Duke over to Shavers in the front court. Duke goes left of the lane. Back out Shavers for 3. Airballed it. Comes right to Horn. Horn's been hot with a dozen. Couldn't get it that time. Kennedy pushing. Glenn swings it out to Starling. Rivera now just inside the arc. Couldn't get it to go. Whitesides will back it out now. Scott throws it cross court, Whitesides. They close on her, but she gets it anyways. Not bad defense there by Douglas, just couldn't quite get there in time, and Whitesides now with 8. The lead is 8. Step back jumper, Rivera, and air ball. Might have been blocked. Shavers pushing. Now she'll back it out. Dolphins getting back, and Glenn had the steal for a moment and then fouled Horn. So that'll put Catawba Valley in the bonus over the final minute 33 of this opening half. Dolphins had a pretty nice start to this game, but just not consistent offensively so far today, as the second quarter has been controlled by Catawba. And that free throw rims in, so Horn, game high 13 points. Kennedy and Douglas with 6 points each for Brunswick. Horn now with 14. First double-digit lead of the game. Glenn to Starling. Glenn blows by the defense and the bucket. Minute 10 left to go until halftime. Dolphins maybe get some stops, force some turnovers, try to get some momentum. Instead, they leave Whitesides wide open, misses the 3. Starling the rebound. Kaya Starling attacks. Got cut off. Here's Glenn. Back to Starling. And a 3-second call on Douglas. That's not something you see whistled every day.
Get it back on D, Shante. You got it.
So Douglas called for 3 and a key. Now Horn trickles it, and that ball was kicked. So 18-second difference between the game and shot clock as we wind down the first half.
Yeah, we're talking, White.
Duke with the inbound. Shavers was out of bounds. So Dolphins 8.2 is the difference, game and shot clock. Rivera out deep. Shavers on her. Starling over to Glenn. Thought about the 3. She'll attack, and it's ripped away, but a late whistle and a foul on Catawba.
Good work, Maya.
That is 3 team fouls. Somebody just yelled out, that was a stupid foul. Very matter-of-factly. Kind of like those ladies at the DMV that tell you don't have the right form. It was very matter-of-fact. All right, so Douglas's foul. 4th team foul. And
Shante, you got these.
Shante is a 48% free throw shooter. Double-double gal, 12.7 points, 10.1 rebounds. Douglas on the year, top 3 in the region in rebounds per game. Had 13 and 13 last Sunday. 3 double-doubles this year. And double figures in scoring now in 4 straight games. She's got 8 here in the first half. Safe to say she'll make it 5 straight. Whitesides, plenty of time. Whitesides has her pocket picked. Rivera comes away with it. Here is Glenn. Glenn can't get it to go. Kennedy puts it up and in. At the buzzer, some momentum for Brunswick as Princess Kennedy with the putback. And a 10-point lead is whittled down to 4. 6-0 run for Brunswick. We've played 20 minutes here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic. And it's Catawba Valley 31, Brunswick 27. We'll be back with the second half here in just a bit. Welcome back to the Brunswick Holiday Classic, 14th annual here at Brunswick Community College, and Game 10 here on this third day. We wrap things up with Catawba Valley leading Brunswick 31-27. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Leading scores for Catawba, Horn was hot, 14 of the 31 for the Redhawks. Whitesides with 9. 3 for Andrews, 3 for Duke, 2 for Scott, 1 for Shavers. For Brunswick, Douglas and Kennedy with 8 points each. Rivera has 4, 5 for Glenn, and 2 for Mitchell. And we have another 3-second call on Brunswick at the start of this second half. Dolphins wrapping up this 6-game homestand. End of the semester as well. Dolphins will be off until January. Rivera picks the pocket. Here she goes, coast to coast for the easy 2. Lead is 2. Rivera now with 6 in the game. Douglas out deep. Here comes Horn, and Horn traveled with the basketball. A rare mistake for her today. Catawba Valley 4 and 5. They're off until January 6th. Their next game will be on the road as well at camp. Dolphins will be at Wake Tech January 8th. Another turnover, bucket no good. The ball batted off Lynch out of bounds. So opening minute here in the second half, third quarter underway. Mitchell needs some help, throws it exactly where she needed to put it. Kennedy looking for Douglas. It was briefly taken by Lynch, and then Douglas is fouled. So Shantae Douglas going back to the free throw line. Dolphins really good at getting to the free throw line. We've seen that here today, but shooting percentage is really low. 22.5 free throw attempts per game. 21st in the NJCAA, but they're near the bottom in free throw percentage. Douglas gets 1 out of 2, though. She's got 9. Whiteside's out deep. Shavers on the far side. Andrews. And now the runner by Horn is good. 16 tonight for Horn. Here's Glenn into the front court for Brunswick on the far side of your screen. Krishima, glad to be back with you wherever you're watching from. We appreciate it, says Glenn is fouled. I understand TJ is watching, and TJ is feeling very intent about this basketball game. They're taking it serious, TJ. MJ? Oh, I blew it. Maybe TJ's watching too, MJ. I got you, buddy. That's going to be a backcourt violation, so ball will go back to Catawba Valley. Sorry, Jess. Where in South Carolina are they, Danielle?
In Greenwood.
Where?
Greenwood.
Where is Greenwood?
It's like an hour from Greenville.
Oh, they're in the upstate. Okay. I lived in the upstate for 2 years, and I never heard of Greenwood.
It's very small.
Andrews gets it down low. Shavers was looking to make the extra pass. It's a steal by Mitchell. All right, MJ, here they go. Kennedy attacking, and she draws the foul. So Kennedy will go back to the line. Took a hard foul there, and getting a little help from Mitchell. Third team foul already on Catawba. First quarter was pretty competitive. 3 lead changes and 1 tie. Catawba went up by 10. Oh, there's Jess on the YouTube chat. Okay, Jess. The first free throw is no good. And good on the second. So Kennedy with 9.
Let's go, White. Get a stop.
So we're 2 minutes into the second half. More shuffling for Tisha England's team. It's Whitesides, it's Horn. Andrews is out there. Lynch as Horn scores again. And Duke, that's the 5 for Catawba Valley. Horn now with 18. Douglas, Glenn, Rivera, Kennedy, and Mitchell, the 5 for Brunswick. Kennedy, another offensive rebound and another putback. So Kennedy in double figures. First player for Brunswick in double figures with 11. Far side, it's Andrews. And that's going to be out of bounds. Led that pass right towards the baseline, and Lynch unable to keep it in play. So 3 minutes into this second half, Dolphins can tie with a 2, take a lead with a 3. Brunswick 2 and 5, Catawba 4 and 5. Catawba, second of a back-to-back. They lost by 8 against Cape Fear yesterday. Mitchell bounced past the Kennedy, blows right by everybody and scores. 13 for Kennedy. And we have our second tie of the game. Cross-court pass by Andrews. It's Horn, who's been money here today, and she stays money. 20 of the 37 from Denasia Horn. Kennedy putting the work in. She's blocked, got it back. It trickles out to Glenn. Here's Mitchell from the half circle. Can't get it to go. Shantae Douglas the rebound. Douglas throws it up looking for a call. Didn't get it. Now Mitchell is fouled. 4th team foul on Catawba with still 6:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Dolphins are racing towards the bonus here tonight in this second half at least. Mitchell the inbound. And it's tipped, last touch by Whitesides. Mitchell looking to get it in. Rivera in the corner. Douglas down low, couldn't handle the pass. She would have had a wide open bucket, but misplayed it. Whitesides now. It's swung over to Horn for 3, no good. Rebound by Rivera. Chelsea Rivera, nice run in the floor by Douglas, and Douglas gets into double figures with 11. We are tied yet again.
Let's go. Keep the energy, White. Get it back.
Third tie, 3 ties, 3 lead changes in the game. Attacking, coming up short, Whitesides. Offensive rebound by Duke, and then Duke threw it away. 5:36 left to go here in the third quarter. Shavers back in for Catawba, and Kaya Starling for Brunswick. Glenn with 5 points. Mitchell, Douglas, got to get it across, and that's going to be a 10-second violation. So the pressure works for Catawba.
Let's go. Get it back right here, White. Get it back.
Lynch gets the inbound to Whitesides. Shavers on the right wing. Shavers attacks, and they're going to call it on the floor. First foul in the quarter on Brunswick, and Duke will inbound it. Quick tip in. What a play by Horn. What a game for Horn. She's up to 22 points here today. Glenn goes right of the lane, backs it out. Douglas, the mismatch, she scores again. 13 for Shantae Douglas. 5th straight game in double figures in scoring for Shantae. Boy, Duke got caught with that pass. And it's last touch by Brunswick, they say. 4:52 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We are all tied at 39 apiece here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic. Welcome back, everybody. 39 all. Brunswick has come from 10 back to tie it a couple of different times. That's through the hands of Whitesides, but able to chase it down before it went to the backcourt. 16 on the shot clock. Catawba Valley, 2nd of a back-to-back. Dolphins have been off for a week. Shavers with 8 on the shot clock. Whitesides with 4. Horn got a hoist, almost got it to go, and an offensive rebound. Lynch down the horn, throws it up, gets the bounce. 24 of the 41 for Horn. More than half her team's points. Way more. Glenn to Douglas. Mitchell now to Starling. Here's Glenn. Starling. Kennedy, bounce pass trickles. It's Mitchell wrestling it away. Down low to Shantae. The message is clear. Get it to Douglas. She's got the size advantage. She's up to 15. Dolphins tie it again at 41. Tied for the 5th time here today. Horn can't answer. Horn stays with it. Yes, and the foul. Horn has 26. The Dolphins have not been able to figure her out. 2nd team foul on Brunswick and an and one opportunity. Horn, 14.6 points per ball game, 6.4 rebounds, 3.8 steals. She and Whitesides 3rd and 4th in the region in steals per game, 3.8, 3.6. Catawba 2nd in the region in steals per game. And she has been money offensively now with 27 of the 44. Rivera back in the game. So Rivera and Williams checking in with Glenn, Douglas, and Kennedy. Getting in front of that one, there's another steal for Horn. I believe she's got 4 already here today. Whiteside's got it to go. Do we have another and one here? Whiteside's in double figures now with 11. So they're going to call it on Glenn. 3rd team foul, another and one opportunity for Catawba. So it's a 6-0 run, 47-41. Williams out deep. Rivera down low Douglas. Same as it ever was. 17 for Shantae. I mean, they've got it figured out offensively. Go down low. Douglas, Kennedy, keep feeding those two. Again, no player for Catawba is over 5'9", and the vast majority of them are under 5'5". Whiteside's traveled with the basketball, so Brunswick gets a stop. Glenn with 5 points today. Here's Williams. Now Rivera on the right side. And that's going to go off of Catawba, 13 on the shot clock for Brunswick. 2:28 left to play here in the third quarter. So Williams to inbound. Rivera. Glenn, 8 to shoot. Williams, Rivera, Douglas again. That time she missed it, but she got fouled. Horn went for the steal that time, so they made a switch, and Horn guarding her now. Shantae Douglas, 48% free throw shooter. It's also the 15th foul on Catawba, so Brunswick gets a little bonus action late in this third quarter. Douglas with 17, Kennedy with 13. 30 of the 43 from the two post players for Brunswick. And the first free throw is good. What's going on in Ohio? We got the Douglas clan, the family watching. Mitchell back in the game for Brunswick, as Douglas gets them both. 19 for Shantae Douglas here today. 47-45. Catawba by 2. They get it out to Andrews. Her jumper is off. A rebound by Duke. And Duke wrestles it. Andrews now Shavers. Shot clock is down to 4. I don't know if they're aware. With 2, with 1. Horn is aware. Oh, are you kidding me? What do you do about that? Horn with 30. Here's Rivera. Can't get it to go on the runner. Horn rips it away. Out on the run. Whiteside's had it blocked. Got it back. Horn, 32 points. 32 points for Horn. Unbelievable. Lead is 7. Shantae Douglas answers right back. Shantae Douglas with 21. But they've got to figure out what to do about Horn. Whiteside's in double figures with 12 as well, but if they can figure out Horn, Dolphins can win this game. A wild shot there by Duke. Dolphins looking to push. Rivera one-on-one. Hesitates, attacks, can't score. Douglas there, the putback, got another one. 23 for Douglas. The lead is 3 again. So Catawba went up by 7. Dolphins close it again, but they got to close out on her, but not that much. A foul now is going to send Horn to the free throw line. 32 of the 52 points. Unbelievable. 3 shots now. 4th team foul on Brunswick. Horn, that's the way it's bouncing for her today. Even the bailouts have been going in for her as well. I'm trying to think. She's got 34 now. The last time that I called a college basketball game that somebody had a 50-piece. We could be looking at that from Horn here today. Williams out deep. Brunswick down by 5. Glenn, Douglas, it's deflected, and it's taken away by Whitesides. Whiteside's pushing. Her pass deflected. Glenn with the steal. Glenn attacks. Can't get it to go. Douglas put back, yes. 25 now for Douglas. With 2 with 1, the heave is no good by Shavers. Dolphins keep fighting, but Horn is a thorn in their side. 34 points at the end of the third quarter for Horn, and Catawba leads it 54-51 here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic. Welcome back. 10 minutes left to go here at the 14th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic, our 10th game in 3 days, and it's been a pretty entertaining one. Denasia Horn with 34 points, 34 of the 54. Duke has it. Whitesides, and now Scott for 3. Rebound controlled by Rivera. Kennedy had to save it. She did to Williams. Helter-skelter start to the quarter. Williams had it poked away. She goes to the ground, and the jump ball possession arrow will keep it with Brunswick. 5 ties and 3 lead changes here in this ball game. Shot clock is at 5 for Brunswick, so they got to go quick here. Williams out to Rivera for 3. No good. And Mitchell had position on that rebound, so it's going to be a foul on Catawba. So Dolphins catch a break there. Krishima, glad to be back with you wherever you're watching from. We appreciate it. A steal on the inbound. Sloppy play by Brunswick. Scott. Extra pass goes to Whitesides. The bunny shot, no. And a foul on the rebound. As Duke down low got popped. So both teams with the team foul. It's the 3rd foul on Mitchell. Whitesides to Duke. She'll attack, can't score. Rebound by Williams. And then Duke knocks it out of bounds. Glenn into the front court. Williams had it poked away, got it back. Mitchell over to Glenn now on the left side. 14 to shoot. Kennedy top of the key. Rocket pass down low to Kennedy, who scores. So Kennedy with 15. Douglas with 25. 40 of the 53. Shante Douglas on the bench to start the quarter. Horn, finally a miss, but it comes right to Duke, and Duke is fouled. thought that was on the shot, but apparently they say she wasn't in the act of shooting. So Duke with the inbound. Catch and shoot three is no good. Duke another board. And this undersized Catawba Valley team impressing me on the glass. It was one of the things Coach Joe mentioned when I talked to him before the game. Three by Glenn, can't get it. And the ball will go back to Catawba with 8:13 left to go. Catawba has a 1-point lead. We're going to get a timeout called. We'll step aside here at the Holiday Classic. Welcome back, everybody. 8:13 left to go in the game. 54-53 Catawba. They've led by as many as 10. Brunswick has led by as many as 5 here today. That was early in the first quarter. Game that's had 5 ties and 3 lead changes. Scott with the inbound. Horn with 34 points. She's posting up. Now Duke attacks, and Duke able to get it to go. 5 for her. Lead back to 3 for Catawba. Glenn over to Rivera. Mitchell. Glenn Kennedy. Rivera the turnaround, yes. Chelsea Rivera back after missing last week's game. Came in averaging 12 and a half. She's got 8 points. Shante Douglas with her 25 getting ready to come back into the game for Brunswick. It's Whitesides. Third team foul on Brunswick already here in the first 3 minutes. So Douglas comes back into the game. Williams will go out. Duke to inbound. It's a steal by Rivera. Rivera, coast to coast, will lay it up and missed it short. Oh. A huge possible swing here, especially if Catawba can get a bucket. Horn will fire a 3 off the back iron. Chasing down the rebound is Glenn. So Dolphins get the stop. And Glenn, we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Joe. So we'll step aside. 6:54 left to go here in the game. We're coming right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're having a little bit of scoreboard trouble, and I'm not sure if it's going to make it through the game or not. So if it goes down again, I'll just keep you updated on the time and score. Right now, Glenn has it and threw a rocket out of bounds, looking for Shantae Douglas, who has a team-high 25 in the game. Kennedy with 15. Rivera with 8, Glenn with 5, and then 2 for Mitchell. But it's Denasia Horn's day. 34 for her of the 56 for Catawba. 12 for Whitesides, 5 for Duke, 3 for Andrews, 2 for Scott, 1 for Shavers. That's the offense here tonight. Shavers swings it out. 3 by Scott. Yes. Scott's second bucket came in averaging close to 9 points per game. She's got 5 now here tonight. Kennedy throws it up. Douglas the offensive rebound. The putback, no. Rebound by Whitesides. 1 possession game. Whitesides hesitates, attacks, and got the bucket and foul. Well, quietly, she has had herself a terrific game, right at her season average now at 14 points, and a chance to get to 15 at the free throw line. Dolphins, way too many fouls here in this final quarter. With 6 minutes left to go, Catawba approaching the bonus. And I think that's the 4th team foul. There's still just 3, so the official over at the scorer's table, and that makes Whitesides wait to shoot this and 1. The scoreboard, our scoreboard camera, everything's on its last legs here in game number 10. Okay, so wait a minute now. We're going to get a sub as Starling comes in for Glenn. We're still waiting to shoot this free throw. I was wondering if Horn had some blood on her, why she was heading towards the bench. Like, let's go. It kills the momentum for Whitesides, but she makes the free throw anyway. So 15 in the game, lead is 6 now for Catawba. Yeah, our scoreboard did go off, folks, so I'm just going to keep you abreast. 5:50 left to go, 61-55 in favor of Catawba. Mitchell out to Kennedy. Bounce pass back to Mitchell, 8 to shoot for Brunswick. Rivera with 5, heads to the bucket and gets the roll. Rivera in double figures now. She has 10, 61-57 Catawba. Down low, it's a travel. So 4-point game. Rivera into the forecourt. Dolphins down 61-57. 5:08 left to go in the game. Kennedy turnaround shot, no. Here comes Horn with her game high 34. And she, what are we going to call here? She is down grabbing at her ankle. And they're going to call a foul on Brunswick. So Horn goes to the line. We're just past the midway point. 4:57 left to go. And the first free throw is in for Horn. 35 here today. 62-57, Catawba. $63 now to 57. We'll step aside. We'll come back. 4:57 left to go in the game. All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, we are having major scoreboard issues, and I have given up. 63 to 57 is the lead for Catawba Valley. We've got 4:50 left to go here in this game. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds. And I believe we have a foul on Catawba now. Kaya Starling, Douglas, Kennedy, Mitchell, and Rivera out on the court, and Douglas scores again. She has got 27 tonight. So, two-possession game, 63-59 Catawba, 4.5 left to go in the game. Duke gets it over to Shavers. Shavers fell down. Steal by Douglas. Mitchell throws it ahead. Kennedy wasn't looking for it. They got Starling all alone. Oh, I don't think you could do that. The official did not blow the whistle, though. Douglas can't clean it up, and that was awkward. 4:07 left to go in the game. Catawba with the basketball, leading by 4 again. That three is no good by Horn. Just cooled off a little bit. Still has 36 here today. And the foul is going to be called. That's going to be an offensive foul. So Brunswick now with 5 team fouls. Catawba in the bonus, not on an offensive foul though. So 3:47 left to go in the game. Catawba keeps leaving the door open. Dolphins have yet to capitalize on that opportunity, though, as they still trail by 4, 63-59 in favor of Catawba, excuse me. That's a travel going to be called on Horn, who hit the deck. She was looking for a whistle, did not get that call. Over on the far side is Glenn. Mitchell back to her. Shot clock is already at 5. That seems fast to me. And anyways, it's a steal by Horn. The throw ahead goes to Whitesides. Couldn't get the bucket. And we got a foul on the rebound, and it looks like it's going against Catawba with 3:11 left to play in the game. And Catawba still leading 63 to 59. So third team foul on Catawba on that rebound. Rivera looking for some help. Here goes Douglas. Douglas, the runner, got another one. Shantae Douglas keeping her team in it with now 29. So 63-61. Catawba, 2:44 to go. 65-61 as Duke gets the runner. 2:38 left to go. A wild play there. And out of the pack, it's Scott with it. 2:22 to go. Catawba leads by 4. Duke with 7 points. Oh, nice pocket pick there by Rivera. Here she goes all by herself, and she'll put it up and in for 2. Rivera with a dozen. 65-63. We go inside 2 minutes to go in the game. Minute 55, 1 possession game for Brunswick.
We need another stop. Let's go, White.
It's Whitesides over to Scott. Duke. Shot clock at 9. Here's Horn. They collapse around her. Rivera with another steal. Then it trickles away. Players diving for it out of bounds, and it was touched by Catawba out of bounds. Minute 32 left to go in the game, 65-63. Catawba by 2 with a minute 32 remaining. Here's Glenn. And that's through the hands of Kennedy and out of bounds. Every time the Dolphins get within 2, it's a costly turnover or another mistake. 65-63 Catawba. They can get it inside a minute here if they run the clock a bit. There's 1:11 left to go in the game. Turnaround by Horn. Horn put back by Duke, was blocked by Douglas out of bounds.
Yeah, we're talking white, nothing.
15 on the shot clock. Whiteside's shot clock is down to 9. Here's Scott, shot clock at 3. Shaver's got to shoot. They're not going to, they just get it off in time, or no, they say no, that will not count. Scott hit the 3, but it was too late, they say. So Brunswick with another opportunity. 48 seconds to go. 65-63 Catawba. Rivera with a dozen. Glenn, now Mitchell. Oh, Douglas and Horn in a wrestling match. They called the foul on Shante Douglas. So Douglas gets called for the foul, a big call late with 35 seconds left to go. It's 65-63 Catawba Valley. Five seconds left to go. 35.3, 5.3 difference between game and shot clock. It's Catawba basketball. The Redhawks lead at 65-63. So Dolphins just need to play defense, get a stop. They'll have a chance to either tie it with a 2 or win it with a 3. Douglas with 29 in the game. Horn with 36. That ball was tipped. It was touched by Brunswick. So 15 on the shot clock, 20.1 on the game clock, and Catawba still up by 2. Dolphins looking for their first Region 10 victory of the year. And that pass is deflected. Rivera got a hand on it. Here comes Douglas, and she has her pocket pick. Then it comes to Kennedy, who fires it way too quick, and it's recovered by Shavers. And Catawba calls for time with 9.4 seconds left to go in the game. Dolphins just needed to calm down a little bit, and instead they rushed it. And now Catawba has the basketball, and we're going to go to a timeout. We'll be right back. it's me, Chris Sheeman. Glad to be back with you here at the 14th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. This one, our 10th game, and it's going down to the wire, 65-63 Catawba. 9.4 seconds. And they're going to have to foul quickly. Catawba shoots. They shot the ball. Horn hits it. So it's a two-possession game with 7.1. I'm shocked that she shot that basketball, though. I mean, she made it. So Dolphins call timeout. They still have 2 left. And we're going to step aside once again. Okay, so Brunswick is down by 4, 67-63 with 7 seconds to go. They got to go real quick here. They get it to Rivera. Shantae Douglas for 3. Yes! Dolphins going to have to foul. They foul quickly. What a play and what a game for Douglas. 32 for Shantae. With 2.9 seconds, Catawba will go shoot 2 free throws. It's a one-possession game either way. .36 in the game for Horn. She's at the line. Boy, what a game for Shantae Douglas today. Horn gets the first, 37 today for her. 2 very strong individual performances here. So Horn makes it a 3-point game, 69-66. They changed the clock, so there's going to be 3 seconds to work with for Brunswick. Basically, Dolphins need a 3 to tie it and force overtime. We'll see if they can when we come back. As always, a big thanks to our friends at Coastal Transplants. 3 seconds to go. Dolphins trail by 3, 69-66. Glenn to inbound it. Get it into Rivera, and Rivera is fouled with 1.1. So Catawba elects to foul, and with 1.1, that's just the 4th foul. So they can foul again, but they got to be real careful they don't do it when somebody's in the act of shooting, because basically Dolphins now got to catch and shoot. Dolphins trail by 3, 1.1 on the clock. No timeouts left for Brunswick. Glenn gets it in, it's poked away. 6/10 now remaining. That's still enough time for a catch and shoot. Again, Dolphins down by 3. So it's got to be a catch and shoot here. Glenn throws it up, and that's going to do it. Dolphins come up short. Catawba survives. Horn scores 38 points. Douglas scores 32. Catawba 5-5, 2-3 in the region. Dolphins drop to 2-6 and 0-6 in the region. So this long 6-game homestand comes to an end for Brunswick. They're off until January 8th. They'll be at Wake Tech. And our coverage comes to an end here at the 14th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Thanks to Coach Joe, Coach Shaw for having me. And thanks to all of you for watching all weekend long. My name's Chris Sheeman. Once again, your final, Catawba 66, Catawba 69, Brunswick 66. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll talk to you again in 2025. Take care.